Hey guys, I was just going to take a picture of the big sun that's up there right now. It's so round and looks large in the sky. And the pretty clouds beneath, though. Seems like we see many things now when we look up. But the other night, in a dream I had, it was really just kind of a really short little dream. It was kind of spooky. And I don't know if it's from the Lord or just, some dream that I had. But what I saw was a big beast rising up out of the sea. And it was looking up at the big round sun. And the sun looked really, really orangish red and fiery. And it looked like when the beast rose up out of the sea. And I know that John in the book of Revelation saw the beast rise up out of the sea, but he was saying it had 7 heads and 10 horns and things like that. But what I saw was just one big beast. And it looked like it was if you all can picture the scene, it was kind of a mixture between Godzilla and a large, like T-Rex looking thing, and a dragon, and Loch Ness monster, and then with big alligator teeth all in its mouth. So I mean, it was pretty ominous, guys, but and really spooky looking, and it was just roaring at the sun, and its body was glistening as the water fell off of its skin because it was rising up out of the ocean. And I thought, indeed, we can see the beast rising, and so I thought that it was, in that respect, very very true to the days that we're in, that we see the signs all around us. And for those of us with eyes to see and ears to hear. And it reminded me of about close to 3 years ago now, when I feel like that the Lord woke me up to know what time that we're in, that basically it's close to the time of his return. I was studying the Bible really extensively, as I still do to this day, and I think when we're woke up to know these things, that feeling doesn't go away. It just becomes more confirmed and becomes stronger as we go. Because what does the Bible say of this? That we're closer now than when we first believed, right? But I remember it was about 4 months after I feel like that I was led to know these things. And I was in my kitchen, and it was on a Sunday afternoon, and I was just stirring some sauce, I believe. It seems like I was making spaghetti that night. And as I was walking out of the kitchen, I heard a loud, audible click in my ears. And when I blinked my eyes, it felt like that there was if it makes any sense, a sound of a click there as well. And I thought, wow, and what I saw was, it looked like it was like a handkerchief, almost like about the size of a small handkerchief. And it was jet black, guys, and it was flying away from me. And I could physically see it. And I thought, goodness, what's that? Is that a demon, or what is that flying away from me? And it just fluttered away from me, and then it just went into nothing. It vanished. And I thought, goodness, I thought about it later, and I thought it's almost like there was a veil there, like after I'd done so much research about so many lies that we've been told in this world, and we think we know what the truth is, and yet we're led by the Spirit to know many other things, and the Holy Spirit will lead us in all truth. And so I feel like that's what happened with me, and I think that I was allowed to see that physically, what that looks like, because I know that there's a part of in chapter 3 in Revelation where it says that I will give you salve for your eyes so that you won't be blind, so that you can see. And basically in the Bible, a couple of different times it talks about the scales coming off of our eyes, and having spiritual ears to hear. And I think that that's what had happened. It was such a loud, audible click in my ears and in my eyes when I blinked them. And then, of course, the fluttering veil flying away from me. I feel like that it flew off, and maybe because I'd come to some knowledge of, or had been imparted some kind of wisdom as to what we're really seeing now, guys. And what does it say in the Bible, too? That that things happen in the physical basically before they manifest in the physical. So I believe this too. And for those of you who can hear the utterance of the Spirit and hear what I'm trying to say, it's maybe you had a similar experience, and maybe not quite as dramatic, but nevertheless, here we are, and we know what days that we're in before the return of the Lord. And so let us encourage each other as we see that day approaching. And like Titus chapter 2, verse 3 tells us, awaiting our blessed hope. And I'm sure we'll talk real soon.